toppal leen rek su ko defee ñu xam nu ñoo liggéeyee si mbiri yoxos bi.
bi metti na mu ngi nii.
Ana yoxos yi soo koy génnee parce que yaa ngi gis ni nga koo génnee nii yaa ngi wotatu fi poto poto bi.
Hello, good evening and welcome to another edition of the Women's Magazine, a program that looks at issues that affects women, their achievements and contributions towards national development. In tonight's edition of the program, the Gambia was a host to a mega event, which is the formation of the Women's Federation of Business Women and Entrepreneurship. This is the 7th session of the program. The program is aimed at exploring opportunities for businesswomen within the sub-region. I am Fatmata Simaha. Thank you for joining us. ECOWAS February Gambia comprises several women registered organizations and individual membership of women from across the various regions of the nation. Since its inception, it has contributed a lot to national development, especially from the perspective of women economic empowerment. With its networking efforts, some of its members have been privileged to partake in the local, regional and international capacity building programs, as well as from the trade opportunities and linkages. ECOWAS February Gambia celebrates with High Excellency the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, Madam Zainab Yahya Jammeh, under her chief patronage and mother of ECOWAS February Gambia, to mark a rapidly rising status of women in the Gambia. The program was launched by the Vice President and Minister for Women's Affairs, Aja Aissatunjai Sedi, who commended the Federation for creating an enabling environment for women in business within the sub-region.
The establishment of the ECOWAS Federation of Business Women and Entrepreneurs, of course, was based on the objectives of promoting cooperation, networking among business women, and regional integration in order to raise the living standards of the people. We have already been told that the majority of the economic operators in West Africa are female. They've just said it, previous speakers. And that is the reality. We in the Gambia, the statistics is no different. When you look at the informal sector, the majority of the players are female. We are told 60 to 65% of the players in the informal sector happen to be female. And we know our great market women in West Africa. They are highly commended internationally for their acumen, for their success. The mama benches, the mama markets that we have in Africa. You go to every African country, you find them there. They are toiling, sending their children to school, boys as well as girls, and of course, participating in the development process of their country. And when big business fails, most of the time, it's this informal sector that succeeds. Africa solely relies on the informal sector to a great extent. But not to say that we want to be small forever. Yes, most of the women are in the informal sector, but we want to see more women in big business. And we hope that will happen with the existence of FEBE West Africa. And of course, FEBE Gambia is no exception to that rule. We all know that ECOWAS FEBE is a very timely organization that has just been inaugurated today and should be cognizant of the trade negotiations that are going on. I hope FEBE is also in touch with all our regional integration bodies in our various countries, because they need to be, so that they know what sort of negotiations are going on between West Africa, that's ECOWAS, and the WTO, for example, between ECOWAS and the EU, for example, in terms of trade liberalization, in terms of exports and imports. You need to know what policies are put in place, and I hope through your ministries of regional integration in your various countries, you would be in touch with them so that you are aware and you are on top of things when discussions are being made, and so that you are also consulted, so that you put forward some of your challenges and concerns with regards to trade within West Africa as well as between West Africa and without, because that is important if you participate in that. Of course, we have other organizations in ECOWAS that are also trying to mainstream women in the development process and work with women's machineries, and we want to recognize them. The ECOWAS Gender Commission, for example, in Abuja, is doing that very thing. That is the ECOWAS division responsible for gender and development. Under the commission is also the ECOWAS Gender Development Center, which is based in Dakar, Senegal, which is equally trying to mobilize women through the women's machineries, and we should recognize their efforts. We want to recognize all the other institutions in ECOWAS that are also addressing women and development issues, including the women's machineries. The core of the integration process within ECOWAS has been the promotion of regional trade, of course, through market and monetary integration, and very close political cooperation characterized by free movement of persons, goods, services, and capital. And this initiative today is indeed in the right direction, because it would go on to complement government efforts in this direction, the efforts of the ECOWAS Commission as well, the efforts of the ECOWAS Chambers of Commerce and Industry, and of course our various national chambers of commerce as well. However, in the ECOWAS region, lack of adequate gender disaggregated data is an issue, because to convince anybody, especially policymakers, you have to produce data to say this is what it is. And the gender disaggregated data is always a problem in Africa. And this has hampered efforts, therefore, to develop concrete arguments that will inform policy frameworks and decisions for the promotion of sub-regional trade.
Today, FEBE Gambia is alive. This has been possible thanks to you all who believed, who defended the cause of women against winds and tides. It is thanks to you all who trusted us. Our dream has become reality, and our vision for the future is to ensure that this reality is better consolidated. FEBE Gambia is the 7th federation to be officially launched after Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, Nigeria, and Togo. More federations like the ones of Burkina Faso, Ghana, and Sierra Leone are constituted, but they need the official baptism, and we are eagerly working on that. If we have gathered in a federation, it is because we want to be part of a national and regional network, a powerful network that will make the difference. The time has come to act, taking into account all our difficulties while seeking innovative solutions and challenges that, for several reasons, have become more critical than ever. Our ambition is to work so that women of Gambia FEBE and ECOWAS FEBE as a whole regain their value and their place, with an emphasis on personal